Hi, good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible. So let's wait for another 5 minutes and then we can start the session.
Sure, sure. Let's settle down, then we can start. Meanwhile, guys, you can just, if you want to have some quick notes or something, please keep yourself ready. Okay. So we won't be going, you know, a lot of things, but some few things which are very important so that you can keep a track of that. Please keep them handy.
I have made you the host for the session, sir. So you can start the meeting after that.
Sure, sure. Do let me know when to start, okay?
Sure, sir. You can start that, sir.
Hey, hi, everyone. Good to you. Please give me a quick confirmation, those who are joining over here.
Hi everyone. Yeah, hi Jerry.
Okay. Hi, guys. So I can see some names, if I'm not wrong. Rachit, do we know each other?
Yes, yes, Jerry, from AWS. Yes.
Okay, okay. Cool.
Yes, yes, yes,
Good to see you here.
yes, yes.
So, hi guys. A quick Saturday morning. I hope this day goes well for you all and you enjoy your weekend. So, basically, I'll just give a quick brief about myself. Okay. And then we can jump to your topics. So, this side, Jerry. Okay. So I'll just cut off all the jargons. So basically, if I just introduce myself, so I have been certified multi-cloud, okay, engineer, architect, certified with solutions architect, okay, and DevOps, okay, with Juniper Networks, Cisco, DevNet. So I hold a multiple set of certifications into various domains of cloud, DevOps, okay, AI, and process mining, okay, and also hold a key idea into key focuses with Cisco systems, okay, and AWS as well, which is more on the virtual side. So in my career, I have trained more than around 25 to 30K learners, which are grads and undergrads, okay, and around 3.5K professionals, okay, in various regions or countries, you can say, like India, Middle East, UK, Canada, US, and other nationalities. okay, as well. But these have been my major clienteles. So I will request that while the session goes forward, okay, and I introduce what's going on over here. Meanwhile, okay, at the end maybe, okay, I'll try to put some time for your session related doubts, okay, nothing advanced out of that, so that we are all in sync and those questions, okay, help you all in the same way, okay, so everyone in sync, okay. So let me just quickly share my screen and give me a quick confirmation when you feel okay, it's visible to you. Just give me 1 second. What is it? Cool. I guess that should be visible. So I'll just do one thing. Give me a second. So basics. So when we will be doing into going into fully fledged sessions, I'll tell you how to make your AWS account and all that. Let's keep them aside. So let's understand what this course is going to be overall. Okay. And accordingly, we can just jump forward. I guess my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, sir, visual.
Great. Okay. So I hope many of you would be the part of AWS Cloud Security Masters program. Okay. If not, still I'll just introduce what it is all about, what has been ongoing thing, and where are we right now. Okay. So that you again should know how we are going to deliver or what should be your understanding toward the same. Okay. So if someone is coming from solutions architecture, few of the things, okay, related to networking would be very common. Okay. There is nothing special kind of thing in networking here. Okay. It will be common. But okay, the things which are not exactly the part of, solutions architect, the additional content, the additional speciality of the networking, advanced networking would be over here. It is not going to be there in any of the things. But in each, as these are all part of AWS, okay, there will be similarities in many of the things. And that is good for you. It's not going to do anything bad for you. It is going to be good for you. How it is good for you? Because it will be easy for you to connect the dots. So we are talking about AWS Cloud Security Masters Program. Okay. So under the hood, what all things I'm having here? So here there are three things. Okay. AWS Solutions Architect, which I guess few of you might have already I have completed that. Then AWS, this Certified Advanced Networking. Okay. Then there would be AWS Security. Am I right? Okay. So we are here. Okay. So Solutions Architect I have taken, okay, already with one of the batches. And on the ongoing journey, we are here in AWS Certified Advanced Networking. I don't know if each of you are part of this, but this is how it's basically a full package for this. Okay, those who have completed Solutions Architect, they might have understood four basic pillars: how to design secure architectures, okay, design resilient architectures, which means scalable, loosely coupled, okay, and how to auto scale and all that. Designing high performing architectures, okay, which you should be very much aware with the database solutions and your scalable solutions and high performing architectures. Okay. So high performing architectures knowledge is fine, but implementation would have some cost. So that's why we don't deploy a high performance architecture to demonstrate, okay, for the learners. Okay. But the understanding should be same. If you have gone through it, then you would be able to understand. Okay. Now, let's understand a few of the things. Okay. Now we are all here on the basic pillar of this. So what all things we would be having over here, we'll see. So today's agenda is this. Right? Right, everyone? So here, what all things to be there? Now, any idea what all things you are going to learn? Those who are coming from Solutions Architect. There will be a lot of similarities with the topics, but it will be majorly targeted towards the networking part of it, right? No, it was, you can consider this is more of not solutions. You are not providing solutions or app solutions, deployment solutions. No, it is more of networking solutions. Okay. Now I'll just quickly check with you people. Is it all making sense before we go? I keep going forward. Is it all making sense to everyone?
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Cool.
Yes, sir.
So now there are few on a high level, like understand this in a way that it is not like some topics I'm going to cover here right now today. Okay. But what would be the major, like on a, if I just put an idea of a network, networking architect, or whatever it is, whatever term you use. Okay. So there will be four or five pillars of focus. First of all, okay, and we are not going to follow any chronology, but at the end of this whole sessions or whole training, you should be able to achieve these. Okay, this is not like, okay, I'm covering network design first or network implementation second. No, it is like that in a better chronology, what is going to be easy for you. Okay, I'm not going to follow exactly how AWS tells it its syllabus. Okay, A, B, C, D. No, it is not like that. It is basically, it's a network specialty certification basically. So when we talk about networking specialty, it is already well understood this guy should have a knowledge of solutions architect, or at least, cloud practitioner. Okay, the basics shouldn't be taught. At least you should know what is a region, what is a availability zone. Okay, very basic level. So cloud practitioner knowledge is must. As it's a specialty, more of I will try to cover networking specialty. It's not a I think, the kind of a that much comprehensive like your solutions architect, or kind of, if I say DevOps architect or developer associate, or something. So it is more of a specialty. In DevOps, in developers, and in solutions architect, there will be a lot of similarities. Like you will have a mixed match of 40% at least. But here it is morely targeted, like maximum weight is targeted towards your networking domain. Okay. So here, we will just try to achieve few things. So let's suppose it is module 1. Okay, when we talk about module 1, and many of you might be aware, so it will be of networking or network design. Wait a second. Okay, network design, more or less of this. Okay, or I can do like this. Wait a second. Second, okay, network implementation. I will have some questions to you as well, post your bringing the understandability. Network implementation. What could be the next? Now designing, and implementation also. So what's next? Now let's take, you have installed a refrigerator at your home, right? Someone designed and built it, and someone has installed it at your home. What is going to be your responsibility? Refrigerator, TV, any appliance, managing it, correct? How do you manage it? So network management, okay, and operations. Now, managing and everything, performance and all things come into the place. It is implemented. It is now being managed. But who will tell that how you are being managing it, it is right or it's wrong? So here comes the network security. Okay. What's next? What's next?
Monitoring.
Compliance. Whether your network is compliant, or compliance is something kind of standards, and it's governance. Okay. So don't worry about these terms, guys. You don't have to worry. If you don't know what is compliance, what is governance, okay, don't worry about that. I will try to teach you all this. What does it mean? So all these heavy words, please make a habit of understanding them in English, first of all, okay, and try to set up in business English only. Then you should be able to use these terms. These are very important in your CVs, in your things. So this is compliance, governance, okay, different kind of policies or revolves around the industry. All that should be okay affixed by you appear for your by the time you appear for your interviews. Okay. Now you will say, okay, Jerry, okay, we understood. But what are the things present in the networking design? So in the networking design, as the name says, you have to design solutions, okay, that incorporates with various services, how to optimize the user performance, how to manage the traffic in global architectures, okay, how the DNS solutions or how it can work along with public, private, and hybrid requirements, okay, how are you going to load scale between high availability and maintain the scalability and security requirements. How, you have to define the logging methods, okay, or your routing strategies. Coming to network implementation, implementing the net routing and connectivity between on-premise networks and the AWS is going to be very important, super important. So just revolve your thoughts around these only. Then management, okay, monitoring and optimizing, okay, maintaining the things, this third point, maintaining if the whatever things are running, they are running on the best way. Now we have done this part, we have managed also, but who will say that your network is secure? Who will say that how you are managing is right? Correct. So we have to implement security and compliance needs requirements. Okay. We have to validate the audits. Okay. We have to implement and maintain confidentiality of data. Okay. On whatever communications are happening over the network. So these are for our whole course. These four are our targets. Okay. To be achieved. Am I clear? Any questions, anyone? I'm not able to hear anything. I just try to speak a bit loud.
Now it is clear.
Yeah, better, far better.
So I think one more point should be here, like cost optimization. In an organization, we generally show that the on AWS platform, cost is a major key factor actually.
Hmm? Yeah,
So,
that would come under your, management and operations, right?
okay.
Okay. The cost part. See, cost part is the last aspect. Why we keep like no see here we are not designing the infra for an industry or something, right? So first of all, we are going to learn, and these things are going to be side by side together. Cost part is one of the simplest part, okay, to understand, but how to reduce cost, that is complicated. That you will only learn when you have the knowledge of the services. Okay, how are they being charging, and a lot of experience. Even if I teach you for 5 days straight, that doesn't going to make any sense. It is going to be a bookish knowledge for you. But when you see, for example, this is my infra, right? Now, this is the current cost, which you can see right now. Okay. It is yesterday's cost only.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just yesterday. I just forgot few of the things to delete, and it, boost up the cost.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we should be familiar about that part as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how you would be familiar? That's what I'm saying. So let's take an example of this. Okay. In the month of April, I'll just show you a longer chart. Let's take from Feb 1 to end of April. Okay. Okay, see. This is month of Feb, this is March. Okay. And this is April. So in the month of, you can see cost breakdown. Okay, total cost I have spent. Okay, please kindly mute yourself. Okay, so if you can see, this is just yesterday's cost of mine. It's not a very long-term cost or something, no, nothing like that. So I'll just break down to coming back to yesterday's only because April has just started. Okay, so how to get, so wait a second. So cost explorer. Yes. So if you can see here, okay, this is a graph of various services being utilized. Now, here total cost is this, okay. And okay, forget about this. Where is it? See, the cost has spiked up, which is one of the things. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, and in the month of March, it is going to significantly higher. Now, what I will do is, I don't want the whole thing to be jargonized over here from April 1st to 30th. Okay, so the cost prediction, they are saying almost 80% prediction interval, like 10.90, and current cost is 8.21. You can also select the services, whatever. If you want to select all services, apply. If you want to see the background of services, okay. And if you have managing multiple accounts, that also you can put. So in my single account, I have two accounts. Ignore how the two accounts and everything is there. This is the one account, and let's say there are multiple resources as well. That also can come to the picture. Now, when you come from the cost dashboard, Okay, it is going to show you just the current month. So the best place is that you keep an eye of your dashboard. And the good thing, and another thing is you have to manage alerts. Okay, what are alerts? That all things we'll see in the beginning of the session only. I'll just set those things up for you. Okay, so my monthly budget, okay, shouldn't exceed $5, but it exceeded. And when it is at 80%, whatever it is going to give you alerts on the phone. So if you can see, the highest cost has gone to my EC2 other. Okay, second highest is to Kubernetes instances. Okay, so somewhere it might be running, okay, which I didn't have the idea at the same thing. Now granularity, if I just put to daily, okay, then if you can see that 4th of till 3rd of April, it is $2. As I said, the highest cost came yesterday because I forgot about it. Okay, 4.86. So when it is experimental, you can incur these costs. Okay, just keep in mind. Okay, but basically, whatever I am using, my purpose is different, and most of you might not use it for the same purpose. Because I was using Kubernetes, I was using a higher instance of a EC2. That's why I got a cost. And you may not, because in the trainings also, we don't go for any kind of costly or majorly we'll try to stick to free tier things. Okay, that's right. I'll teach you about this free tier and everything on the later part on a longer journey. Okay,
Yeah.
how
Thank
it
you.
is being covered.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. So let's get back here. I hope you might have got a good idea around it, how the things revolve. Okay. So what all things would be or should be part of this journey? Just give me a second. Just come to that. Meanwhile, if you have any queries, please ask. We are almost half of the session. Please ask anything coming to any simple thing.
Are we
Okay.
covering the data center to AWS connectivity
Site
terminology,
to site you're talking about?
site to site, direct connect, and other things?
Yeah. So basically, I was coming into that only. So
Mhm.
basically, we are going to look into hybrid networks, transit gateway, VPC
Uh-huh.
peering, AWS site to site VPN, client VPN, direct connect, all these things.
Mhm.
Those we can, the many of this we will try to do practically. Many of this will be or have an understanding on theoretically, which we don't have the
Yeah.
capability to set up. Okay. But mostly it is going to be, on a practical side. Okay, like 70-30 ratio, you can say. And please don't ignore the theories. Your interviews, you're not going to crack with the practical because you understand how it is happening, but you won't be able to explain. Okay, so it would be like how to speak. Okay, like it's like how to listen. Okay, and you basically understand the language as well, but you never spoke. So you're not going to speak if you don't know the language. Okay, so that language, your understanding towards the theories will give you. Okay, someone was saying something.
अरे आ रहा है
Hello.
पढ़ना रहेगा तुम
Okay, please keep your Microsoft, sorry, this microphones off when not in use.
So, Zeri, we will be going to implement any third-party device like Palo Alto and FortiGate,
I don't think so. You should be implementing that.
such as
And what?
suppose an organization wants own firewall to be implemented here. So, what would be the design basically?
See,
We can deploy a
basically,
third-party device, right?
yeah, we can deploy, but that is not a big deal. And that is basically a kind of a, I will say more of a very niche requirement, if I say. Okay. So Palo Alto and AWS offer integrated cloud solutions. There is nothing like that. but that is more of a niche. Okay. So I may not set up any kind of, firewall on AWS from Palo Alto. The reason behind, okay, it is more targeted towards the AWS networking specialty. Are you getting my point? So that's the thing that I've come to say. Okay.
Suppose an organization wants that they will
You will
inspect
get the
the traffic.
understandability.
Yeah, they will inspect the traffic, incoming and outgoing traffic, by own firewall. So that's why I'm looking
That
for.
level, by you go forward with the sessions, you will get an understanding.
Okay.
Okay. Then you have, I will tell you. Wait a second. I'll just show you how you deploy. But there could be 5 different requirements. Okay. And that's why we, because it is more on the AWS side of certification. Okay. Not targeted to niches. So, for example, this is the platter what Palo Alto gives. And you have to understand which one is the requirement. So, let's suppose, okay, so this is a virtual firewall from Palo Alto. There are different products for different products. Okay. So you can think of deploying this over your network. Okay. And why organizations and the employees don't need to worry, okay, regarding Palo Alto or setting up, because these things are already set up and it has a major hand with Palo Alto. Palo Alto will automatically, try to set this up on your systems because it is more on the licensing part. You can't just bring up and do the things. Okay. So can you see request private offer and all this? So basically they will try to implement over your infra rather than you implementing over your infra. So I guess this is what we are talking about. Okay. This global protect, DNS security, advanced URL filtering, threat prevention. So basically organizations use this. Okay. Global protect from Palo Alto.
That is for the VPN connectivity, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, but in my current organization, I'm working here. We have deployed Palo Alto firewalls, and
So this is the Palo Alto firewall, no?
yeah, yeah.
This
So
is the Palo Alto firewall.
yeah. So that's why I'm, need to know how it could be possible and what kind of, precautions and prerequisites we have to be ready. So that's.
Sure. That we can check. That is actually what I said. No, like I may not be covering this because it is a very much niche requirement, right? It is basically, how should I explain it? That's a good question to me. But I will say that, okay, you have to understand how this could be implemented. It is not very tough. See, basically, this is a VM. Okay, you are going to deploy it as a VM, right? So how you deploy a VM, it is similarly going to be that. But why I can't deploy it? Because it is not like simply you can just come and deploy it. Okay, first of all, you need to be an organization and you have to, if you want to implement also have to purchase or maybe license it. So that doesn't make any sense for me. Okay, because it is not a Palo Alto or a hosted with Palo Alto. So that's going to be free for you. Even if you try to implement, how will you implement? That is the question. Okay,
Correct,
because
correct.
the
The
VM size.
implementation I'm looking, and how was the traffic flow, and how the firewall would inspect the traffic, okay, and what
Mhm.
kind of security rules
That I
to be.
can tell you.
Yeah.
That I can tell you how it is going to do that. But implementing won't be a
No. I'm not
big
looking for
cost.
implementation. I
Hmm.
just need to know how it could be possible, basically. Then what would be the flow of data? How
Basically,
the
I will give you a link. I will give you a link and I'll give you a better idea around it. Don't worry. I put the link. Okay. What you have to explore you for today also you can explore. See, basically, how is here on itself? Okay, the highlights. Basic how. Okay. Like, forget about the first one. Okay. Second one, the integrations. I hope it is visible. It can integrate with your gateway load balancer, auto scaling, and transit VPC with AWS Transit Gateway. Okay. This is how it protects the traffic across many types of dynamic and large scale deployments. And yeah, that could be a question how it is going to be implemented as for dynamic and large scale deployments and how it will protect. Now we already know what all things it is going to protect, how it is going to integrate. Okay. Now, policy definitions dynamically apply to your cloud assets such as AWS tags, application IDs, user IDs, geographies, and zones. Okay. That measure how I will tell you. Okay. But majorly what it is going to do, this is here because they have to tell this. How will they sell it? Secondly, if you come to features, okay, bias guide and all that, okay, that also you can have a look. That is nothing like that. And legal compliance usage, very important. Okay. And what all the resources, how to deploy. See, this is all over here. This is not going to be a major deal breaker. Okay. How it is the product. Okay. How to videos, deployment templates, and more. How to deploy and protect a two-tiered application. And the reference architecture is here. Okay. So if you want deployment guide something, it is with Palo Alto only. So for example, securing applications in a AWS centralized design. Okay. Securing applications with Panorama Cloud Manager. So you can just think of this. Okay. Where is it? Strata Cloud Manager and Panorama on deployment. Okay. This one. Either through this, you can just go. Okay. You can download and have a look. Okay. Out of curiosity, if you want to. Secondly, this is the design guide, how you are going to design your infra accordingly to this. So if you can see, okay, they have a major download because it is being used and none of you or me will read it. It is as per the requirements only it is being downloaded. Secondly, you have your, how to protect a two-tier architecture for just a reference. Okay. So this is the kind of a thing that, as I said, Palo Alto will itself try to help you out on this. Okay. But this is more on a design side, if you can see how it is being deployed. Okay. So let's take the scenario. These are two subnets, and external subnets means these are basically public subnets. Okay. This is in a one, availability is one region. Let's take any North Virginia, okay, and AZ1 and B, like two different AZs, okay. These 1, 2, 1, 2, these are basically your internal subnet, and this is external subnet. In between somewhere it is being put VM series M4 or whatever it is, I don't recall exactly. These are basically your web servers, okay, which are going to be the landing space for any kind of threat, any kind of person. That is how it is going to be. Now, if you come here, okay, so firewall can intentionally or accidentally be bypassed with two or more subnets. Okay. So so basically this also you can go through what I mean to say. And most of the questions, okay, this will answer for you specifically if you want to target towards it. Am I clear? If you want me to put here, basically this is a old video, but a basic level of infra, not basic to intermediate level of infra knowledge you'll get from it. Okay. This is more than enough for.
Yeah, fine.
So any kind of these kind of thoughts you come to your mind, try to get to the product page directly. If I want to sell my product, I have to explain my product. Okay. And not only that, if so I am like, for example, I'm working as an app lead or a module lead in my organization. So I have to go beyond it. Infra, okay, that is the simplest part. First part is curating, okay, and this pricing, legal compliances. For example, my organization follows a ITsec set of rules, and we have our own rules. Okay. So in that case, how much safe is to implement and Palo Alto, how much safe is it for me to allow Palo Alto to read my traffic? That is the biggest concern for me. Okay. If I look into the network perspective or any, let's suppose Palo Alto, forget about Juniper Networks, let's take Cisco. Anyone who is filtering my data, okay, how are they maintaining it? Okay. Are they keeping a log? If yes, where are they maintaining it? If they are maintaining a log, okay, what kind of scrutiny they are doing? What kind of encapsulation or encryption? Okay, have they encapsulated the data somewhere? What kind of encryption is maintained? Is data on rest, data on transit? Both of the encryptions are being kept or not? All these things I have to make sure that align with my goals. Okay, is it clear with everyone? Except forget about Nanu Khan here. It is a general idea for everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to make sense, everyone? How you have to think as a network engineer or a solutions architect? Okay, think in both the perspectives.
So Jerry, do we have any outline, the course outline, what topics we are going to cover in that module?
get from the networking team. Okay. Because if I give you the outline now, what happened, I will also get to stick with that outline, which I don't want to stick. For example, we had a discussion about Palo Alto. So that is not in the syllabus. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's not stick to any strict outlines or something. But yes, you can request or not request. Basically, you can ask it from the team, and they can provide you the syllabus. I thought you might already have it. Okay. So you can just check with the team. They will give you the PDFs or whatever website where they have kept the course. They will give you. Okay.
So generally, I'm asking because there are a lot of things in network design, like subnetting, what kind of subnet
These
we
are very
use.
common. This is going to be
Yeah.
common. As
So,
I told, I guess you joined a bit late. In network
okay.
design, I was explaining. Okay. So in network design, okay, what are we going to do? I told now, like we will incorporate your networking services, define the logging method, design the solutions to integrate load balancing to meet high availability. Okay, design a routing strategy, connectivity architecture. Okay, in between multiple regions, and how the VPCs is going to support
Yeah,
different
yeah,
connectivity
yeah,
patterns. Okay,
yeah.
that subnetting comes into this picture.
That's fine, Jerry. But my question is that I'm just looking
Mhm.
for the the course outline. What kind of topics we are going to cover in network design, in network
Topics.
implementation, in network management and
Okay,
operation.
I got to understand. You
Yeah,
want to understand the services?
yeah. Basically,
Okay,
what?
that I was talking. I was actually talking, but you asked me a question, so I was telling. Yeah, let's come to that. Uh, excuse me.
So, Jerry, another thing like when we are working on network related issues, so there some of the things we are encountering with new solutions, right? So earlier data centers are having, let's say, site to site connectivity, so they are moving to the failover direct connectivity. So are we covering like what is the pros and cons, and what benefits and
that
other
in
things?
between I'll be covering. In
Ah,
between that would be covered.
okay,
Okay. Don't worry
got it.
about that. In between, see, these things we targetedly can't cover because, see, in my sessions, like people are already there. Like some of one, two people, I guess Rachit is there, and so
Okay.
basically they would definitely know one thing
Yeah,
that, okay, I don't kind of, do a very safe path of handling the things.
yeah. That's why
I
I asked
want the things to
for the
break.
course outline. Basically, we should aware about the topics and we should learn advance before classes from our side.
Nothing, Nano, nothing you have to know. Still the outline will be given to you. Don't worry about anything learning in advance, right? See, guys, I will tell you why learning is advanced is going to harm you. First of all, in the beginning, you will have the same enthusiasm every day. Okay, I will cover this, I will cover that. That thing will be there, correct? But what happens in the long run, I feel most of you are working, right? And mostly in a week, maybe next week, not. Okay. As the weeks pass by, it would be a 3 hours of session, Saturday, Sunday, 3 plus 3, 6 hours. So covering those 6 hours is going to be a headache for you. I'm telling you. So be easy, go with the things in a very easy way, and you'll get around the things. And not only that, what I'm going to help you right now is I'm also going to, tell you about what kind of networking services, okay, which all AWS networking services you should know about. That I was actually coming forward. Okay. And what are we going to learn what are you guys going to learn with me? So that you can build a strong foundation in this. Am I clear?
Yeah. For foundation purposes, I have asked basically.
Yes, definitely. I'll talk about that. We have time. I'll just talk about that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Excuse me. So basically, there are 4 layers. Okay. Now, what are the 4 layers? Layers for developers, for a DevOps engineer, for support guys, and for network admins. Okay. For support, okay, then the support is divided into 2 things: L1 support, L2 support, and L3 support. And if you are a network admin, you should know each and every aspect of a networking. And networking is a vast subject. I mean to say that if not each and all, but all major things. Okay. Now, if I say, how are we going to deal with? I'm not going to type it something because there are a lot of things, and that doesn't make any sense if I start typing it, just a waste of time. So basically, we'll be starting with, I guess, VPC fundamentals. Still, I'm figuring out. Okay. VPC peering, transit gateways. Okay. Route 53. When I'm saying VPCs, you should automatically understand your subnetting and all that jargons. It is going to be there inside that only. Okay. Then your Route 53 basics. Then CloudFront. Then your elastic load balancer, API gateways, app sync, lattice app mesh, and all. Okay. So these are the basics for as a developer. Okay. On a networking front, not on the implementation front, like, okay, you are deploying an application or something. Okay. That is not expected from a developer to deploy. Okay. But these services, you should be aware. Now, adding 3 more things to it, if you are a DevOps engineer. So CloudFormation, Terraform, AWS Network Manager, and VPC flow logs, you should be aware of. Listen to me very carefully. Okay. So whatever in the beginning, and plus these 3 things like CloudFormation, Terraform, and AWS Network Manager and VPC flow logs, if you are a DevOps engineer. Cool. Now let's take L1, L2, L3. I will just directly talk about L3, or let's forget about this L support system. Let's talk about network admin. Whatever I have told right now, add few more things to it, such as site-to-site VPN and client VPN, direct connect, your cloud WAN, advanced VPC, Route 53 also advanced, and network security services. Am I clear? Okay. Now, what are the various aspects in this now? Now, when we talk about the first part, like VPC fundamentals, endpoints, peering, transit gateway, Route 53, CloudFront, load balancers, API gateways, VPC lattice app mesh. So here you should have a basic understanding on AWS regions and AZs, network addressing, which is CIDRs, internet gateways, subnets, route tables, NAT gateways, IP addresses, public-private elastic, security groups, and network ACLs. Now, 3 more things as a DevOps, like network automation, network logging, and network monitoring. Now you are a full network admin, then you should have additional knowledge on enhanced network, high bandwidth and performance management, hybrid connectivity with direct connect and BGP routing, network security and IPS IDS systems. You should have a understanding. Am I clear? So this is the big picture. You have to see the big picture. Okay. You have to build a strong foundation, which means understanding the VPC and networking basics. And you have to perform a lot of hands-on so that you experience it, okay, and mark it as an experience. Am I clear? So when I talk about strong foundation and VPC fundamentals, as the session is getting recorded, guys, so you can come back and have a look again and again, okay? But if I type, then I will waste the time. So I'm not typing anything, right? When we talk about VPC fundamentals, so now is it clear in what domain or in what profile how the things would be? Am I clear with everyone? I have told you 3 profiles: developers, DevOps, and network admins. Okay. Because networking is not a key skill for developers and solutions architect. It is not a key skill. It is an added skill to them towards the other things. But for a network admin and all this, okay, and DevOps guys and support guys, this is going to be a key. And key skill when network support, it is not any application support or something. Network support, you understand, right? Where was I? Yeah, VPC fundamentals. In VPC fundamentals, we'll be understanding VPC CIDRs, subnetting, routing tables, internet gateways, IP addresses, and all that what I have told. And when we talk about VPC private connectivity options, we have VPC endpoints and private link, site-to-site VPN, VPC peering, transit gateway, cloud VPN, direct connect, and all that jargons what I am saying right now. Okay. There are a lot of hands-on which we are going to perform. Okay. Which we'll see. I don't want to speak because it is long things. Okay. We'll talk about that on a later side. Okay. Is it clear with everyone? Any questions? Did I cover what exactly you meant to hear or something, or I did miss? You can ask me right now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So I was actually coming to that. Now, there are few things, right? Like, as I said, additional some VPC features. Okay. DNS and DHCP. What are these? Network performance and optimizations. Okay. Because in networking, I'm not going to do any hands-on right now because there is no one very short hands-on which we can cover in 30 minutes and with the explanation. So there is no point. But I want to understand that we should be or should all be on the same page. Okay. So make sure you attend the things perfectly. Okay. And who have a proper understanding towards it. I'll be starting with some architectures, very complicated architectures. Okay. And then I'll slowly move towards, okay, how we are going to implement it. Okay. So the first topic for us. So we can talk about that. Please mute yourselves, guys. Okay. So the first topic is Amazon VPC fundamentals. Okay. So what are we going to see here? Okay. So I have to switch 3 to 4 keyboards in a week. So that happened. What is the VPC? Okay. Then AWS services. Okay. With respect to your region. Okay. And AZ, your AZ and your VPC. This is the first thing we are going to get started with. Okay. Then your kind of VPC addressing like CIDRs and your subnets and route tables. You should understand automatically public and private route tables both. Okay. Then your IP addressing. Okay. SGs and NACLs. Okay. NAT gateway and NAT instance if I want to. Okay, let's stick to NAT gateway. Okay, NAT instance we are not using much. Okay. So this is how it's going to be. Am I clear? This is what we are going to start with. I know many of you still have questions, so please ask. And am I able to justify the answers to you as well? That also I would appreciate if I can know that. Yeah, guys, tell me, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Any questions, anyone?
No, as such. Yeah.
Okay. It could be simplest of simplest. Nothing to think of anything. It could be as simple as that.
You're good.
Good. So what I would be expecting on next week, okay, that first of all, you should have your prerequisites ready. What are the prerequisites? Let me just tell you. So prerequisites are basically, I hope everyone is listening, create and set up your AWS account. If you don't know how to create, you can check with the team if they would help you. Otherwise, I will tell you in the next upcoming session. Okay. After creating and setting up, log into your AWS account. Okay, you have to verify account activation and all that. Okay, so I'll tell you what all things you would need to create a AWS account. Your email address, your mobile number, billing address, no proofs required, but billing address. Okay, so valid debit card or credit card you would need so that it can authenticate you, and try to have a new account so that you can enjoy the free benefits of AWS free tier. Okay, and it's not like your whole account will be free of the services. At certain levels it is going to be free. Okay, so after that you are ready. Don't unnecessarily create your other resources. Okay, I'll say you, because if it doesn't come under free tier, you have to basically if I say kind of it is going to be chargeable. Okay, so first part will be we're setting up few of the things and then we'll be moving forward. Okay, am I clear?
Okay, sir.
So basically, this is a kind of a daily usage report and all. I'll be telling you that day what does it mean. Okay, so it is going to tell you about the use case, with something uses or something at your end, and it is going to be helpful. So I'll just also discuss about that. Let's not make it more complicated in a way. Still, we have just a minute or two. Any very basic questions? Any doubts, Nanu or anyone who have still, or Manish?
No, we are good. Yeah, I'm good.
Good. How was today's session, guys? Did you all enjoy? Was it informative or you got bored somewhere in between?
Excited, excited to learn new things.
Great. You would enjoy. Okay. Though in the beginning, okay, it would be very exciting, but as the goes pass by, okay, you have to maintain the same excitement by performing the whole activities, okay, in the same go. If you delay it and if you miss a session, it is fine. It depends upon you if you can cover, but usually what happens, okay, don't keep it pending for the next day, next day. Okay, just think if you're not able to give 3 hours on Saturdays, Sundays each day, or 2 hours, then how will you bring those 2 hours or 3 hours in the weekdays? So it becomes tough. Okay, but however, you don't need to still worry, because in between the sessions I'm going to give you notes of what all exactly we have covered. Okay, so that you can get an idea and you have an idea, okay, these are the 4-5 topics or 6 topics which the guy has covered. Okay, and yeah, that's how it would be, and you can perform the hands-on, very important, and then you'll be fine. So guys, thank you all. Thanks all for joining. I hope you had a wonderful session with me and you enjoyed the same as well. Looking towards all you all to join the upcoming part. And yeah, still, if you any questions, if you can ask, and then we'll go for the session closure for today.
One question, like how much time it will take to complete this particular program, Jerry? I mean,
I guess if I say it would be somewhere around, I don't want to comment, but
no, I tentatively, I'm just asking, nothing.
almost, I guess, 6 to 7 weeks, I guess.
Okay.
If 6 to 7 weeks, it is tentative that how much we are covering. Like if we are covering 2 hours Saturday, Sunday, that will be different. And 3 hours Saturday, Sunday, that will be different. Okay.
Okay.
So majorly you can say around 8 weeks at max. Okay. Or maybe 10 weeks also it can go. If somewhere we take 2 hours someday, so that 1 hour we have to compensate in the next week, right? So that's how it is going to be. So
From
2
next-
months, yeah, it is going to be.
From next weekend, so we are going to start this.
Yeah, mostly yes. Mostly yes. If there is any change of plans or something, okay, the team would be informing you on this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, guys. Thanks everyone for joining. That was all a wonderful session with you. I hope you equally enjoyed with me. This is Jerry. I'm signing off. Have a wonderful weekend ahead, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jerry, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, tell me.
So, Jerry, the next, the next session would be on tomorrow.